Man, what in the world happened to Milestone Comics? I mean, I'm just putting it out there in a question format because that's the question you're asking yourself when you come to this video. The answer is obviously that DC didn't end up deciding that they wanted to do much more with them. Here with Rebirth, when they did the Rebirth stuff, they really should have dropped the Milestone Rebirth immediately. They should have done the same with Wildstorm. Pretty pissed off about that, the Wildstorm situation. I mean, I love Warren Ellis and whatnot. I don't like the artwork at all. I mean, I haven't even gotten any of those books because they don't have any of the feel of the old Wildstorm. But let's just get back to Milestone. Let's get on. Let's get on with that because I'm trying to do kind of a series on this kind of stuff. But basically, Milestone came around in 1993, maybe 92, and was opened by, I'm pretty sure, Dwayne McDuffie, as well as I believe Dennis Cohen and Reginald Hudland. I'm pretty sure was the three original people who were kind of working on that stuff. And Christopher Priest. I don't know if he was still going by Jim Owlsley at that point. Pretty sure he was, but it was pretty great, man. It was a black company, I guess is what you would call it. Like it was like a bunch of it had Icon, Static from Static Shock. It had the Crime Syndicate. It had Zombie. It had a whole bunch of these just kind of cool characters. It had Hardware. A whole lot of just kind of like random kind of characters at this point, but characters with a lot of potential that could really go somewhere and a lot of really good creator talent attached to it. So basically, it was just another company. It was a lot like Valiant. It was a lot like Ultraverse, I think they were called. So they came about and they lasted for about 6 years during the comic bust, and they had a little bit of success, and then they just pretty much disappeared. They had one small resurgence in the mid 2000s for a really short amount of time, where I think it was when McDuffie was working on the Justice League far before the New 52 even, and kind of introduced his characters there for a little bit, as well as them being in the Young Justice TV show, which was excellent. Probably my favorite American cartoon of all time. But basically, all I'm saying is let's get this stuff going. I heard this rumor that Milestone was about to come out about fucking 3 years ago at this point. And, they were, like Reginald Hudlin was talking about, they were about to come back. And, ever since Dwayne McDuffie passed away, there just hasn't been any situation of them, like I felt like they were going to come back. And they were saying they were going to around the Rebirth time. They weren't going to do the Rebirth thing just like they didn't the Wildstorm thing that didn't work out successfully for Wildstorm and won't work out successfully for Milestone. Basically, when they come out, they're going to go out of business again because it's just how it's going to work. It's a Catalyst Prime situation, the same type of thing. I don't even know how they're still making books. I don't dislike their books. I actually like their books, but they just don't have what it takes at this moment in time. They're kind of tone deaf and they don't understand. They're kind of sensational. They're kind of doing some stuff that they shouldn't really be doing and whatnot, and they're flabbergasting the market, if you will. But all we want to do is see some good Milestone stuff. Really, what I want to see is them come back in DC. And the same thing with Wildstorm. The best place for them is as a part of an already established universe, much like how they kind of got Captain Marvel and the Blue Beetle and the Question and all these characters. I think they were all from Charlton or Warren Press or something like that. And they got all those over and integrated them into the DC universe, and they should do the same damn thing with the Wildstorm and the Milestone stuff, just like they should put the cross-gen and the Ultraverse stuff over in Marvel. But that's another thing for another video, folks. So basically, let's start getting the talk going and talking about everybody talking in the comic industry about how much we enjoy these Milestone books. And let's get that fucking shit out, man. Excuse my language, but I'm looking for some good comics, man. I'm looking for Static. I'm looking for Icon. I'm looking for Hardware. I'm looking for, the Shadow Cabinet. I'm looking for some cool shit. So have a good day, man. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy that sun right there. It's absolutely marvelous outside, folks.